Welcome to day 284 of 1,350 days. Now, yesterday I got some sales and I made 19 in total, so I'm up to 2,027. Now, I'm making this video because yesterday I also finished editing my third book, which at the moment has the working title of The Genius of Joe Barnes. The editing process took me 11 months in total. I started working on this book, and to give you guys an idea, my second book, Do the Work You Love, took me 2 years and 10 months to complete. And my first book, Escape the System, if you include all of the updates I've made to it, took me an incredible 5.5 years to complete. Bear in mind, with every single one of those books, that's part-time working. It's not working full-time on the project. It's working in and around my busy schedule, also as a tennis coach, a hypnotherapist, and then with the many other things I do with this particular project, the events I run, the blog posts I write, the videos I make, the social media, etc. So it always does end up being part-time work on these books, but it only took me 11 months. And I'll show you why that is actually right now. So here we have The Genius of Joe Barnes. And by the way, that title will make a lot more sense when you see the front cover. I've gone with something self-promotional because I really need it to stand out in some way. Even if it draws some negative criticism, that doesn't matter, just as long as the book gets noticed. I've noticed this, I've realized this over the years, that you can have a fantastic book, but if people don't even notice it, take note, or realize it exists, it's just going to get ignored. So I'm trying to do something that can't be ignored, but you guys will just have to see the cover and how it all works together to actually make sense of it. Anyway, this book is, let me see if you can see in the bottom there, close to 70,000 words. It's a pretty sizable book. It's bigger than Do the Work You Love, but slightly smaller than Escape the System. Now, the reason I was able to actually finish it relatively quickly, it only took me 11 months, is because it was pretty much all written. This is a collection of my work from about 2012 to 2018. And you can see from the chapter headings why it's good to be a dreamer. The section headings, why it's good to be a dreamer, why you should aim for the impossible. We go lower down here. Why you should stop living in the real world, how the system deceives you and why you must not believe in it. This is actually pretty much material that I've had written over those last 6 years, 2012 to 2018. However, I did have to go back through it and seriously edit it, make it work for the book, update it. So it's not like this is a load of rehashed material. Even if you have read some of these are based on blog posts. So there's lots of good material here. It's really some of it's quite practical, and then some of it's more inspirational, motivational to actually get you up and going and trying to create the life you want. So that should be ready in July. I still have to go through it and add a few more sections, but overall, this book will be ready in July. And by then I'll have 3 books on the market. Okay, it's later in the day now. I'm just taking a walk in my grounds. This is probably one of the best places to self-isolate during the lockdown. So I'm quite lucky here. I've got this nice property I can walk around in. You guys can see this little water garden I've got behind me. So each day I can walk around here if I want to. I could play tennis actually up until last week when the committee shut the tennis courts down. So I was able to play tennis here as well. I just want to show you guys this little patch of bluebells. So my development, which I've just been walking around in the gardens, backs onto about, I don't know how many acres, 50, 60, 100 acres of woodland. And you can see that all the bluebells are coming out now. So this is just a tiny portion of it. There's so much more, just even way more, 10 times more than what I'm showing you now. All in these woodlands around the grounds where I live. These are the tennis courts, which I was playing on until last week. You can see now they've been blocked off. So I just wanted to go on them and practice serving by myself. Can't see any harm in doing that now, but people and committees and rules and total lack of common sense, it happens all too often. So I'm just going to walk around the rest of the grounds, which you can see are quite expansive. Okay, so that's me signing off for day 284. I'll be back sometime next week, I guess, when I've got something to report on. I'm running these webinars, doing Success Club, but doing it online now instead of in person. So I might do a video from that and show you guys what I'm up to. But for day 284, we are signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.